Hello, everyone. In this video, we will show you how to update records in the database using the update operation via both synchronous and asynchronous outbound interface. This video will guide you on how to send data in multiple objects from Salesforce to the multi-table in the database synchronously and asynchronously through Agent v3 or AnyConnect. We will know about transactional and non-transaction mode during processing, using mapping in where condition. MySQL database is used, for example, to modify the existing records in the database. As a prerequisite, you should understand how to create an integration, connection destination, adapter, metadata providers, repository, message type, and interface. This function has already been demonstrated in a previous video. Now, let's start. Go to Integration Detail. Click on the Agent Control Board. Then select the connection destination you have created. Click the button Continue. Click Ping Agent Connection. Click Ping Salesforce Connection. After you ping successfully, you can see the connection is online with the connection destination name. Now, navigate to the Adapter tab. I will show you which adapter I'm using and the database configuration set in the adapter properties. As my example, I'm using a MySQL database, and I have configured some properties of the database as required by the adapter. If you want details on how to create an adapter, you can click on the link in the description. Now, navigate to Integration. Click on the Interface tab. I have already created the interface. So proceed to click on the interface details. In the interface, I have set the synchronous processing mode. Synchronous mode is used in real time, which means the sender waits for a response from the receiver before continuing. In this mode, the sender will block and wait until it receives a response from the receiver, and link it with the metadata provider, repository, and message type. I selected the update operation type and linked it with the adapter. Next, click on the Open Mapping button. This function allows you to drag and drop the field you want. In the Mapping tool, we map it followed to the standard update statement with where clause. The example of the update. Update table name. Set column 1 equals value 1, column 2 equals value 2, etc. Where condition. For the mapping scenario example, we map account sObject to node account_db to define which table for update. Description to description of node account_db to define which field of the table to use in the condition for the update. ID to sfacc ID of node where clause to define the condition field's name. Functions to expression of node where expression to define the condition field's value. After drag and drop this field, the formula and expressions form will pop up a screen formula to define the condition. We can also map another field to expression, then check the formula flag. In where expression, we need to put the question mark for getting a dynamic value from the field that is present in the where clause. And map contact sObject to node contact DB. Description to description of node contact DB. ID to SF contact ID of node where clause. Functions to expression of node where expression. And we also map case sObject to node case DB. Description to description of node case DB. ID to SF case ID of node where clause. Functions to expression of node where expression. In where expression, we need to put the question mark for getting a dynamic value from the field that is present in the where clause. We can put the static value in the where expression unless that field is not present in the where clause. If we put the static value for the field that comes from where clause, then we will be getting the incorrect expected result. The static value must be inside the quote symbol. For example, the field SF case ID is present in where clause, so we need to put question mark. And the field DB case PK wasn't present in where clause, so we can put a static value. After do mapping, the SQL update statement is to look like the example. Then go back to the agent control board. Click on the Cache Monitor tab to verify the caching of the interface is cached to the agent already or not. If the status is green, it means the cache has been sent to the agent and also shows the create date time, last modified date time it was sent. After verifying the cache, navigate to the Interface tab. You will see the interface that you have linked with the connection. Before processing the interface, I will show you the records I have in MySQL. Here is my table account DB. The value in the column description is null. Also, the table contact DB and case DB, the value in the column description is null. Then now go to processing the interface. Select the interface by checking the box. Then click on the manual process button. A pop-up screen will appear with 3 options. Choose option 2 to select records by their ID. In this step, you need to set the query to select records in the filter query field. If the filter query field is left blank, the processing will use the query field to select records. Since I have already set the filter query on the interface, so I choose option 2 and proceed to click Send to process manually. For the step processing, we do not have only a manual process. We also have a scheduler, streaming API, CDC event, invoke callout v3, etc. After the manual process executes the callout, the records are updated in the database. So now go to view the message first. Click on the Message Monitor tab. Click on the Search button. You can see the message status green has a comment 1 record updated successfully. Go check the result on the database. The record has been updated correctly in MySQL database. Here is the field description on the table, account DB, is updated correctly. The column field description on the table, contact DB, is updated correctly. The column field description on the table, case DB, is updated correctly. The result of the interface using synchronous mode, we have shown you already. So, this time we will show you the asynchronous mode on the interface. We are using the same interface as we have practiced for the synchronous scenario. Then go to the Update the interface. Click Edit the interface. Then change the field processing mode to asynchronous. In asynchronous mode, multiple tasks are done at the same time in the background job. Instead, the sender sends a request and continues with other operations without pausing for a response. The sender can continue with other tasks or operations without being blocked. One more thing with outbound interface is a dependency on the field transfer package size on the interface. By default, this field is blank, which means that the value is 1. The calculation of the API call depends on this field. For example, in case we are sending 3 records, accounts ID, If transfer package size equals 2, it will execute 2 API call. If transfer package size equals 1, it will execute 3 API call. Now I click the manual process button to process the interface in asynchronous mode. After the manual process executes the callout, the record is updated in the database successfully, and the message monitoring status is green. If your data contains much more, so you cannot process it by synchronous call due to the request timeout error, we need an asynchronous. In the asynchronous call, multiple tasks are done at the same time in the background job. The agent will update the message complete or failed for a while. For the processing by synchronous and asynchronous, we have explained to you. So this case, I show with transactional mode. Normally, when we create a new interface, the field is transactional is unchecked, which means that non-transactional mode. If that field is checked, then it is transactional mode. Non-transactional mode. If any error occurs while updating one message, then the respective message will be marked as failed. Click the manual process on the interface with the non-transactional mode. The example of the non-transactional mode, which is one message on the last level, has failed to update. Now I show you the transactional mode. Click Edit the interface. Tick on the field Transactional mode, then click Save button. Transactional mode. If any error while update of one message, then the complete message will be rollback with marking failed for the complete message. The example I used was the same message scenario for non-transactional mode. It's just switching to the transactional mode. Click the manual process on the interface with the transactional mode. In transactional mode, when one message is unable to do any database operation, then it makes another message that is complete to roll back and marks the whole tree as failed status. As you can see in the message monitoring, these two modes are to support both interface processing, synchronous and asynchronous. Finally, in this video, we have learned about how to update records in the database using the update operation via both synchronous and asynchronous, also with transactional and non-transactional mode on the outbound interface. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.